All right, Apple, Microsoft, and Google. What's the difference? Our objectives today are to decipher the difference between the most common computer, phone, and tablet operating systems, Mac OS versus Windows, and iOS versus Android. We're also learning to decipher between the physical products these operating systems work on and establish what kind of usage each operating system and product is best suited for. Now, what is an operating system? An operating system is the software that runs on a computer, tablet, or phone-based function. It is software that communicates with the hard drive of a device to create a functional and responsive piece of technology. The main players in computers are Mac OS and Windows. They're common operating systems that allows them to compete frequently for different functions. Mac OS is the operating system developed and used exclusively by Apple. Windows is the operating system developed by Microsoft, which can be found in basically any other type of personal computer besides Apple products, such as HP, Lenovo, Microsoft, Dell, and Acer. Now, what's the difference between Mac OS versus Windows? The two operating systems offer the same functionality, which allows you to access different applications and the internet, but they look, feel, and work a bit differently than each other. The differences are, for Mac OS, the design, software edges, simpler, and a monochromatic look. Windows design has squared off edges, clean cut, and lots of blues, but are also more customizable. Navigation for Mac OS is best recognized for its dock system. Navigation for Windows is the start menu and the main fixture of Windows navigation. Files for Mac OS, Finder is used, and it's not too different from File Explorer, which is on Windows computer. Integration for Mac OS is it integrates better within the Apple family, and on Windows, it's only available through computers, so crossing between devices is not as seamless. Security is generally seen as safer on Apple because Apple has full control of both hardware and software, meaning easier implementation of new security features. And for Windows, security gaps between hardware and software can leave more room for error. Extra antivirus is a must with Windows.
Hey, Carissa, I'm here, by the way, if you wanted me to take over the presentation, but if not, you can keep going. Sorry about that.
I'll just keep going.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
For Mac OS, the functionalities for Mac OS are better because it's simple design, which makes it easier for a lot of people to navigate. And those in creative fields lean more heavily towards Mac because it is better suited for a lot of creative software used for video and photo editing, as well as design. The operating system integrates across Apple products seamlessly, which means it's easier for people to switch between devices and share files. Windows, on the other hand, is particularly suited for gaming. It has more customization in terms of appearance, and it runs basically on any computer that's not Apple, meaning there are more options for your actual physical device. And with Office Suite in Microsoft, it may be argued that Windows is the best suitable for those who are looking to use the computer for more practical purposes. Now, what's the difference for hardware? When it comes to hardware, macOS only operates on 3 devices: MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, and iMac. For MacBook Air, it is one of the Apple's 2 laptop options. MacBook Airs are super small and portable, and they're not as powerful as other Mac products, making them best suited for casual computer users. MacBook Pro is Apple's most powerful laptop option. It comes in 2 physical sizes and multiple RAM sizes. This is best for people using more software, but who still have to be portable. The iMac is Apple's only desktop computer. It comes in 2 physical sizes and multiple sizes. It's best for use at home, but also for heavy-duty use as well. It's especially favored among creatives using powerful softwares for things like sound, photo, and video editing. These are the different pictures for each of those computers mentioned in the last slide. MacBook Air, again, small and light. MacBook Pro, more heavy duty with more options. And iMac, the only desktop computer for Apple. Now the hardware for PCs is a bit different, since there's endless options for Windows, and all of the following computer brands run on their devices: Microsoft, Dell, HP, Lenovo, Acer, Asus, MSI, and Samsung. These are just some of the pictures of the ones mentioned in the last slide. This is Microsoft Surface, Lenovo ThinkPad, and Dell Inspiration. The overview of computers. The best way to describe the difference between a Mac and a PC is that they are 2 different ways of thinking. Macs are seen as trendier and cooler, whereas Windows computers are seen as more by the books and square, which is just a matter of how they have marked themselves to attract different user bases. In reality, if you're using a computer to simply access the internet, either a Mac or Windows computer will be able to do it just the same. The difference really comes down to preference and for the look and feel of each product. Now we're moving on to the main players between phones and tablets. Just like with other computers, there are basically only 2 competitors for OS when it comes to phones and tablets, and they are iOS, which is Apple again, and Android, Google. iOS is the operating system developed and used exclusively by Apple for iPhone and iPad. Android is the operating system developed by Google, which can be found on basically any other type of phone or tablet, i.e. Google, Samsung, LG, Motorola, Nokia, etc. iOS versus Android. As with computers, the 2 operating systems offer the same functionality, allowing you to use your device for calling and messaging, as well as giving you access to different applications and the internet. But they look, feel, and work a bit differently. Here are the differences. iOS has a closed system, so the interface will look and work the same across all iOS devices, whereas Android is an open source, so different products can adjust it to fit their hardware, so it may look different on Samsung phone versus a Google phone. eStore, iOS uses the Apple Store, which will be the same, but some different apps will be included. And Android systems use Google Play Store, which will again be about the same as the Apple Store, but with some different apps. Integration for iOS. If you stick with Apple for your other devices, integration across them is seamless using your Apple ID. Integration for Android is it happens through a cloud storage program such as Google Drive or OneDrive. Voice Assistant for iOS and Android are also different. Siri is used for iOS, and it is less powerful than its counterpart. Android uses Google Assistant, which is more powerful than Siri. Now, which one is best? Making a choice between these really comes down to integration. Especially among Apple products, iCloud makes it easier to connect to other devices, and iMessage and FaceTime offer easy communication between you and other Apple users. There is no equivalent for iMessage on Android, but there is Google Duo, which is compatible or comparable to FaceTime. The physical device. For many, the OS plays less a part in their buying decision with phones and tablets than does the physical product, the camera. Many devices are in constant race to have the best camera. The hardware for iPhone and iPad. When it comes to hardware, iOS only operates on 2 devices. And as you can see here, the iPhone looks like this, and the iPad looks like this. Now they can vary depending on the version that has been released. The hardware for Samsung, Google, LG, etc. can include endless options such as Google, Samsung, LG, Motorola, Nokia, and Lenovo. Here are just some examples. The Samsung Galaxy tablet, Lenovo tablet, and Google Pixel. The overview. Many people who are Apple users prefer to stay within their lane when it comes to the phones and tablets. But when it comes to phones and tablets, for many, the physical device is more important than the operating system, which means that having the device is more important to some people than deciding on which one to use. The strongest competition between these devices comes down to their camera quality, and who is at the top can change from year to year. Right now, the standings are iPhone, Samsung Galaxy, and Google Pixel, which are all pretty comparable.